The All Progressives Congress has officially named a new national chairman, Professor Nentawe Yewata, signaling a fresh chapter for Nigeria's ruling party. But beyond the celebration lies a mountain of expectations. From managing internal party rifts to preparing for future elections, the new chairman faces enormous challenges. The emergence of the leader of the APC National Working Committee comes at a defining moment, a time when internal party cohesion, ideological direction, and public perception have become major talking points. The Professor Yewata inherits a party that has won power at the federal level but remains riddled with crisis in some states. Unifying the party's ranks will be a top priority.
Beyond unity, the chairman with his NWC must navigate the turbulent waters of pre-2027 political realignments. Already, interest groups within and outside the party are strategizing. Rebuilding public confidence is another key responsibility. With mounting criticism over governance issues, the APC must reconnect with citizens, and that image management starts at the top. The national chairman will also need to manage party finances, oversee candidate selections, and drive internal reforms, all while balancing loyalty and performance. As the APC prepares for its next chapter, all eyes will be on its new chairman to see how well he can balance politics with performance and unity with ambition. For more on this development in the ruling APC, let's speak with the APC chairman in Cross River State and Secretary, APC Forum of State Chairman, Alphonsus Oga. Mr. Oga, nice to have you join us this morning.
My pleasure too. Good morning.
It's good to have you back, evangelist.
Okay, so let's start it this way. Congratulations, your party.
Political evangelist, actually.
Exactly. Your party just got its new brand. Let me use the word brand new national chairman, Professor Yewata. And exactly what are the games ahead of this new man at the helm of affairs of the NWC?
Let me use this opportunity to congratulate our chairman, who has just been somehow elected. It is not just a mere appointment, but that confirmation is like an election. Professor Nentawe Yewata. Let me also thank the leadership of our party, His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for providing the right leadership, and to commend the Nigerian governor, the Progressive Governors Forum, all NEC members, particularly the state chairmen, who are the largest component of the NEC, for speaking in one voice. What is the task ahead? The new national chairman said clearly yesterday, being a technocrat that is an engineer, he sees himself and all of us as mechanics, and the party vehicle must be fixed from time to time. No political party is crisis-free. In fact, I was once told when I was coming to becoming the chairman of the party by one experienced politician that the operation of a political party is always ridden with crisis. It is so that if there is no crisis, you are called upon to even create crisis. So the national chairman understands clearly that as he comes on board, he's coming like a mechanic that will be saddled with the responsibility of fixing whatever mechanical challenge that will arise from time to time. So that clear understanding puts us at a very clear edge that we have somebody that can lead us well.
Well, it's a good one. You highlighted that no political party is free of crisis. And yes, his appointment fits the APC zoning arrangement. But some people believe it was just a way to calm angry party members. Do you think this was a genuine strategic decision, or would you say it was more of a political pacifier?
When you have a leader that is loaded with political dexterity and sagacity, like we have in President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He is not only a good listener, he is a political strategist. And if you see the consultation with the Governors Forum and his mandate to the Governors Forum to do a wider consultation with the the National Working Committee and the state chairman and all party leaders, you will know that the emergence of Professor Nantawe is a product that is founded in wisdom, that is a proper balance. And let me take it from the different compartments. First, when His Excellency Abdullahi Adamu emerged on the 26th day of March 2022, the zoning arrangement of our great party to have the national chairmanship position in the North Central was well thought out. Midway into the line, for some political calculations, it was taken to the Northwest. There have been serious concerns and some kind of agitations from the people of the North Central zone that we have somewhat robbed Peter to pay Paul. So the president only listened to the yearnings of the people, and he has today balanced it in terms of geopolitical collocation. Secondly, shortly before the election of 2023, for whatever political mathematical arrangement we did to have a Muslim, a lot of Nigerians started attacking the APC as a party that was not sensitive to the interests of other religious consideration. As you would have heard from the governor of Niger, the former governor yesterday, he said, we have also succeeded in balancing some religious concern. Now, our Christian brothers, of which I am one, cannot raise those concerns again because the office of the national chairmanship of the party is occupied by a Christian today from the North Central zone. So politics have been seen to be a game that should not be left in the hands of people who are so-called ordinary politicians. Now, the president, in consultation with the party hierarchy, has brought a technocrat, an engineer with the necessary intellectual ability to drive. And for those of us who are young people too, we have also been concerned. We have a president that is aged. We've had national chairmen who are aged. What is the place of the youth? A young man in his 50-something has been brought on board. So it is on the basis of bringing all that our team has yearned for to make possible is who the new chairman of APC is. And it is not just based on one linear sentiment. It is an amalgamation of different thoughts that has brought in, and I give kudos to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
All right. Thanks for that analysis. Let's also take a look at the present composition of your party. As at the moment, the APC has 23 states out of the 36 states, and also the president said, "And more coming in." Now, having a national chairman just less than 2 years to a major critical election, definitely does not have time to settle, to say, I want to settle down. He must hit the ground running to manage the forces within the party. People have said there may be an implosion in your party. Now, what do you see ahead, and what are those things you expect that he begins to do to manage those already within the fold and those that are coming in, so that there won't be that friction ahead of a critical election?
What we basically do in APC is what we call political evangelism. And that was why your friend in the studio was right when she said, "What is the political evangelist?" We preach the message of peace. We preach the message of love. We preach the message of unity. And we preach the message of growth of the party. The acronym for that is called PLUG. You see, what the various states or governors are doing in the party is to the center in electrical, analytical basis. There is what is called a socket. There's what is called a plug. If you do not put a plug to the socket, you cannot get illumination. So basically, what we are doing is that there will be no electrocution, because when you come in, we try to unite the various forces that hitherto exist. There will always be this little interest and friction, but it will always remain in a realm of a storm that will be in a teacup, because we have a wonderful leader that commands the respect of every party member in person of President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So there will be no problem, I can assure you. There will be no implosion.
All right, Mr. Oga. Professor Nentawe only joined the APC a few years ago, and some say they are worried that he may not have the political muscle to handle a party as big as the APC. Do you think political experience matters now, or is just about bringing in fresh ideas?
Party management, you do not need a muscle, because we are not going into a boxing ring. What you need is wisdom. This job Methuselah too has nothing to do in political leadership. And that is why we must always remember that the wisdom of King Solomon has remained evergreen. That is what Professor Nantawe represents. He comes with the intellectual know-how. He comes with the humility. He comes with the honesty. He comes with the hard-working spirit, which is the major attribute any leader needs. And that is enough for us.
Now, let's quickly look at this other issue you have at the moment. You have the PDP also had their neck yesterday, and also the ADC is also there, coming up as a strong opposition party. Now, how would you, what would you say about these rising forces within the opposition that are likely going to be threatening the supremacy of the APC ahead of the 2027 election? Do you see them as forces that your party should pay critical attention to what they are bringing on board?
For the PDP, let me say this. They have always been a strong opposition party, and it is always healthy for every democracy to have a strong opposition group. We have nothing against them, and we can only encourage them to remain very constructive in their criticism against our government, so that where we may not be doing as much as Nigerians expect, because nobody is perfect, we might take a cue from their constructive criticism. For the other one that you call the ADC, I have always described them as a coalition that is in the state of higgledy-piggledy. And like I have always said from my theoretical learning in politics, that any coalition or concatenation that cannot agglutinate or coagulate is tantamount to a political dysentery or a political diarrhea that can only be cured by administering those kind of medications that used to be in the 70s and in the 80s. We call them alagreen. We call them fencing. And one of them is called APC. I am sure if you are old enough, in the 70s and 80s, there is another one called tetracycline. In present day, it is called Imodium. When you have this running stomach and dysentery, that is what is being given to you to get well. And so it is not by ordinary political coincidence that one of such medication is called APC. And today there is a political party called APC. So we are the cure to that properly lobotomized coalition that is coming in the guise of saying disclosures. They are never a threat. It cannot be a threat, because it's a body of spent forces that become so barren, that are so sterile, that have desmoralized, that have turgidized, and we will assist in subsidizing them. They cannot be a threat to us.
Well, political evangelist Oga, remind me next time when we're having you to hold my dictionary right here beside me. Well, let's move along. With his Christian background, I'm talking about Professor Nantawe now. With his Christian background and roots in the Middle Belt, some believe that it was a calculated move by President Bola Tinubu to fix the party's image and address feelings of exclusion. Now, do you think this could help the APC gain grounds that it has lost previously in the previous elections ahead in 2027?
We will always continue to build on the strength of the party. I would not say we lost grounds, but I think if you observe the political dynamics that played out in 2023, it was somewhat an arrangement where the Labour Party, the then opposition party that our brother and friend, His Excellency Peter Obi, came to run. If you remember the yesterday video, I am a Christian and I can say this with the fear of God. I have family relations that were telling me that in the churches they have told them that the Mama Pikin Papa party, which is Labour Party then, was God the Father, God the Mother, and God the Son. So this narrative went so much into various churches. I could see Reverend Fathers in my own church, in the Analysing of Cross River State, in political word of a Chumofana, where Reverend Fathers were almost like agents for Labour Party. And I tell you the truth, this contributed so much, more so that we had a Muslim candidate as a presidential candidate and a vice as a Muslim, and our national chairmanship position occupied by a Muslim. This is why I started by saying that some of these concerns, Mr. President is a listening president, and in trying to balance on different geopolitical lines, the religious concentration and the tribal interest also came in, and it has not been balanced because the plurality of Nigeria must be put together, trying to address political concerns. And I think this will help us truly to become stronger than we were in 2023.
Okay, you're talking about just trying to balance the equations. The national chairman coming from the North Central and also coming from one of the states that has serious security issues. Do you think that is enough to assuage the feelings of the people? When we're talking about dealing with the insecurity in the land, when we're talking about dealing with food security in the land that a lot of Nigerians are complaining about, how do we manage the emergence of this man with the perception in the public that, look, we need to deal with this insecurity, we need to deal with the food crisis? How would we, how do you think you can manage these variables and put them together as one?
The position of the national chairman puts Professor Nentawe in leadership and to play a role in governance of both the North Central and Plateau State, where he comes from. Don't forget, Plateau State is one of our hotbeds in terms of voting strength, with about 2.7 million voters, and we cannot take that area for granted. For the food sovereignty issue that Mr. President speaks about, the North Central belt of Benue, Plateau, Nasarawa, even in terms of the new discovery in terms of solid minerals, have become an area we cannot ignore. So now we have a chairman that will not just be managing the party, but will also go frontally to addressing security concerns. As you would have seen over time, some people have always tried from the Plateau angle to say, no, the security have responded promptly. Perhaps this would have gone this way. Today, as chairman of the ruling party, he commands some respect where he can pick up his phone. Oh, brigade commander, please assist the governor of my state. Even though we are in a position, we don't think that we should fight when it comes to the issue of security. So while the governor is doing his own bit, the national chairman too will be doing his own bit to cover the Benue Plateau flank and other parts of the country that are security ridden. I must commend what our security apparatus have achieved. But recently, I think there have been a resurgence of this insurgency, and we appeal to them to please stand up again, wake up fully, and see how they can deal with these issues, because these criminal elements must be completely eliminated.
Well, there's this big elephant in the room. Some people are asking a question that, is this another stopgap? With the APC set to hold its national convention in December, is this a temporary arrangement, or this is an appointment that is going to serve long term?
It is not as if the APC is set to hold its national convention in December. Do not forget, the present NWC came on board on the 26th day of March, 2022. So by that calculation, the NWC's tenure will expire on the 25th day of March, 2026. But what the party has done in the NEC yesterday was that the wards and local government primaries, congresses, were done in July 2021. So by end of this July, the tenure of that elected body would have expired because it is a 4-year tenure. So forget, the state congress is on the 15th day of October 2021. So by 15th of October this year, the state structure where I also belong would have expired. But what was the wisdom of Mr. President? If 22 states already on ground and more counting, is now still saying that the political transfer window is still open till December. And if you are a governor and you come in, we don't want you to come and be met with a situation of not being able to contribute to the structure of the party in your own political work. So what we have done is, let us extend the political transfer window and this structure of the present ESCO till sometime in December. From now till November, December, we expect more governors, more senators, more House of Reps, more credible Nigerians that have seen the reform of Mr. President to be attracted by this good governance that attracted both the governor of Delta, the governor of Akwa Ibom. And because, as I can see from my political eyes, I know that the South have declared that they want to remain in bed for APC. As we contribute to the economy of this country, we want to have the political decision to be taken. And we've extended our political olive branch to Governor Doye Diri of Bayelsa. And by the grace of God, when Governor Fubara will return, he is surely going to align with us because South geopolitical zone, first, where I come from, we want to make a statement in this country. And so, political evangelism will continue to Plateau. As you can see, Osun State is already very wonderful. Both the governor and all the structures have already endorsed the president. So if he chooses to remain in PDP and work for us, no problem. I will want him to join us. And whatever disagreement we have at the moment, we'll definitely cure it and they will join us. And I know Tarab,
the Plateau State governor, because I know he's from the PDP extraction.
Challenges what is good.
Okay. Aren't you planning to get the PDP, the Plateau State governor also on your side because he's on the PDP, from the PDP extraction as well, and having the new national? Go on.
Sure, and I think for him, he will find so much comfort because the man who contested against him last time is one of our great party, and he will join us. And we'll bring another person to run again. Electrocuting politically. And he's very well a good person. Honestly, he's one of the persons that I will personally want to encourage our national chairman to bring into the fold because he spoke so glowingly about our government. I remember when the wife of the president, Her Excellency Remi Tinubu, was there in Plateau State to support a internally displaced person with a huge sum of money. I listened to his speech. And when the man speaks and you see his content and you see his action, you can decipher where he stands. And I can tell you, I think he is spiritually in APC. His body is only in PDP. We will try to move the body now to where his spirit is.
Okay,
surely we'll do that.
Let's look at it this way also. If we take into cognizance history, you will also agree with me that national chairmen of political parties, especially ruling parties, have never had it too good with governors of their states if they're in the same party. Why? Because they always talk about who will be the leader of their party. Now the national chairman of the APC is from Plateau State. You're saying that the governor of Plateau State may be wooed back into the party. In that instance, who do you think will now become the leader of the party in that state? If it does happen.
The governor will always be the leader of the party at the state level. That is APC arrangements and convention. While the national chairman will be the leader of the party nationally. So there will be no prizes. All the governor needs is to join the party and he will get the automatic.
Well,
Oh,
I think that's a hard nut to crack, because when you look at the position of the National Party, you want to look at who controls the structure. And even if not the national chairman or whatever, there are forces around them that begin to flex muscles.
Mr. Oga, do we have you now? Oh,
Okay,
well,
so-
I think the structure is already set, like he already mentioned. You know, the governor already controls the state structure.
Yeah.
And for him being the national chairman, he controls the national
When you go back
structure.
to Benue State and ask, what is the reason why you have this crisis in Benue State? You have the SGF, who is on in a PC ticket. You have the governor who's from that state, and you have this friction between these two. So a lot of time when you have top figures like that in a particular state, you tend to have that silent friction from supporters of both camps and say, look, they don't want to lord it over us and all that. But smartly, the Senate president did his own smartly. He publicly handed over the structure of the party to the governor that has just joined. Because over time, you will see the Senate president will say, oh, I'm the leader of that. I'm the most senior person in the party.
Well, I hear Mr. Oga is back. Mr. Oga, do you want to finish your thoughts? Because we've run out of time now. We just have a minute. So you can just wrap up.
Look, like I said, all the governor have been interested in is to have his ticket to go for a second term. So the national chairman of the party will always, with the approval of Mr. President, not do anything that will stop the present governor if he joins us from having the ticket. And there will be a seamless arrangement on how other persons will flow. There will be no problem because the governor will be in charge of the state. That will not be a problem for us at all. We really need him.
We'll definitely keep our eye on that ahead of 2027. Our eye is definitely on the APC as time goes by. Thank you so much, Mr. Afosos Oga, for your time with us on the program. It was a delight speaking with you this morning, the political evangelist.
Exactly.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.
All right.